Well, hey everybody. If you've been following along with the channel for the last couple years, you might recognize where we're at. We're at my in-laws' place, and the colony that was here before didn't even make it into winter, let alone through winter. So I was talking to them, and they were willing to entertain having bees again. And it just so worked out that I have a friend that had a nook available, and so I made sure it was still good to come over here with bees, and that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be split into two different colonies. They will start out as nucleus colonies, and then I'm going to probably put these in full size since they're a little bit farther from the house, a little bit more challenge to travel to. Um, anyway, so I thought we'd get started. I've got this nook here. This is from my friend. It's actually a double high. Life was a little bit busy for both of us, and so um, due to the delay in my being able to pick it up, she added the double onto it. So also, you may have seen um, this is another queen. This is a queen that I raised back at the house place, and so I went through the queen castle before I went over to my friend's place, and I found the colony that was the smallest population, and I wanted to take that queen because the population that was in the queen castle colonies was just what came in with the egg frames. So she is laying, confirmed laying back in the queen castle. But I knew that I wanted to split this nook if it was possible. But I wanted to take the queen with the smallest population in the queen castle. So figure out my friend's ratchet strap here. I feel like I should know how to do ratchet straps by now. Okay, so what we've got is this colony here, packed. All right, so we'll just start going through. One of the things that I have to do because I'm splitting, I have to find the queen of the original parrot nook, because you wouldn't want to put the new queen in with the current queen. Then you just end up with one colony with nothing, and maybe both. All right, so this is an empty but drawn frame. Just going to glance at them as we come out. Wouldn't expect the queen on this, but you better look. And we're just going to try to make these equal strength. Another empty drawn. Empty but drawn. Okay, so 1 to 1, 1 for 1. So this one's got some nectar started. We're getting into, we've got blackberry, and I'm not sure what else would be blooming right now, but that was what I had in the woods, was blackberry. And actually, with this colony, kind of kicking myself, I should have brought a double, made it enough to turn into 2 double deckers, but we should be okay. Okay, there's the queen. That was nice. That was fast. Fortunate. She's right there. One around. All right, so doesn't matter which one of these you put your queen into, just remember which one it was. And in our case, all right, now what we're going to do is curious how the bees are going to behave towards her. You see how they flocked right to her. And so we'll pay attention to that behavior. Oh. So I started to talk about the cost of beekeeping. Beekeeping can be expensive. I was fortunate in this case. My friend is a very good beekeeper, and she's very reasonably priced. But simple math says that half-price bees are more attractive than full-price bees. So the price that my friend charged me was fair, very fair. But now I was able to cut that cost in half. The queen that I brought today was free. I've got some videos of that process of raising the queen, and I didn't do it, right? The bees did it. The bees raised the queen. I just provided the opportunity. They had the circumstance. So I'm not a queen raising beekeeper, as in to say you can't really call me and see if I've got queens available. But having bees for my own use, yeah, sure. I'd love to have free queens because this one's got some brood in food. So, yeah, I like the idea of having my own queens available for my own needs. You'd be silly not to want to raise your own queens, not to be mean, but all right, now I haven't smoked them at all. They've been cooped up. My friend was kind enough to tuck them in for me, and I was able to go pick them up today. There's a lot of uncapped larvae in here. Very young larvae. That's another tip for success for introducing a new queen to a colony. The presence of young larvae will make them happy. And as you can see here, they're not harming her. They're more in the attending of her. They're not aggressive about it. They're just, there it is. Bees are amazing. Really, really amazing. Here is a slab of brood. Goodness gracious. That is two sides hacked. And there's more in there. I got to get a double story on these bees today. I thought I had time to, but I better do it today. So we were talking a little bit about the economics. And so this time of year, a lot of new beekeepers in the world. Another beautiful, beautiful brood in all stages frame. Beekeepers will ask, should I get a package or should I get a colony like this? There's no wrong answer. But I think This is just my thoughts. Dollar for dollar, your better value is a nucleus colony. Now, the challenge that you'll get with that is it takes longer to get them. So here we're at Memorial Day weekend. If you want to be a March, April beekeeper, your first year, you need a package. If you don't mind waiting, giving your bees a little bit more chance to succeed, you'll pay more dollars generally, but the value of the nook should not be discarded just because of the price. And especially if you're able to do something like this where you can get another queen, even if you have to pay retail price for the queen, you've got your 2 colonies now that are already set up for growth. Both these colonies are ready for a second story. I could have, if I was thinking and if I did what I had originally had in my head, I would have brought 2 full-size colonies over and put them each into 10 frames right away. As it is, I'm going to have to go back and get a double-story nook. Anyway, but as I was saying, the economics of beekeeping is a factor for sure. This costs money, but there are ways to do it where it's not cost prohibitive. Like I said, buying that retail queen, buying a strong nucleus from a friend, and splitting the nucleus on the first day with the new queen, you're going to be at less of the price than 2 packages or even 1 package. Your average colony cost is going to be less than 1 package, and you're going to have colonies that are ready to run, and you better be ready to stay ahead of. So all that to say, that's just my take on it. If that's not your needs or your ability right now, there's nothing wrong with that. We're all on a journey. We're all on our own journey. But for me, that's the way to go. So last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to give them a dribble of oxalic, and then I'm going to release this queen directly into the colony. They're still just, like I said, they're just attending her. They're not aggressive. They're not trying to ball her or anything indicating that they're not in favor of her. That open brood, she is mated. She is laying back in the, she was laying in the queen castle. So what we'll do, we'll give them the dribble, and then we'll close them up, and then I'll actually make a trip back to my yard, and I'll come back here prepared to double stack these, which is fine. I got to go back to my friend's house and drop off the equipment that she let me take with me. And so anyway, hope that was useful or interesting. And if you have any questions, as much as is within my ability and my knowledge, I'll answer them. If not, we can use the power of the community to figure it out. Thanks for watching.